Trucker Steve here. I want to thank you for watching my videos and watching my new channel, Broken CDL Trucking System, where we talk about the broken CDL system, then the broken trucking system, and the truck driving industry as it goes on. So all we're trying to do is I'm trying to share videos for people who kind of like think like me. Even if they don't, I still probably might even put their videos in. So it's all in one place. Not expecting to get many subscribers, but if you do subscribe, thank you, appreciate it. So let's get into today's video. It is about Sean O'Brien and two others who went to Washington, talk to Congress, talk to the Senate. It is about talking about the highway bill, what they like to see in the highway bill. And you get two, when it comes to American Trucking Association and OOIDA, maybe not all the time they on the same talking points. So President Teamsters Sean O'Brien, I really liked what he had to say. He made sense. Not picking on other ones, but Sean O'Brien did a really good job. Don't know if Congress or the Senate's going to get anything through, but let's get into the key points. Sean wants to see improvements for the American truckers in the next highway bill. It must be that next highway bill needs to be pro-trucker, pro-safety bill, the biggest one in history. Congress and the Senate must commit to the needs of the American trucker. The bill must create economic opportunities and to improve the lives of millions of Americans. It's so important that the workers in public safety and the protection of jobs is in this bill. Congress and the Senate must invest high-quality CDL training programs, not weaken it. Now, this is where I come in about talking about CDL schools and how the FMCSA has weakened CDL schools and how we need to improve the CDL school training. But this is, I got to stay on track on this video about Sean O'Brien. So Sean goes on and says, sadly, predatory CDL training programs are widespread. Yeah, they are in this country. They take money from students, and when they graduate, that is, complete their training and are set up for testing. Some of them are unable to pass a skill test and operate a vehicle safely. So when they take their test, they're supposed to be proficient in all skills according to FMCSA, and they fail once, twice, 3 times, maybe more. Not all of them, because the test is not hard, because they made it easier from what it used to be in 2022, made it easier. But still, backing up is an acquired skill. You got to learn, you got to be trained properly. Otherwise, students will fail. So on trucking companies, Sean says Congress needs to look into the growth of dangerous trucking business models. And now he's getting into talking about the Amazon, mainly, trucking service partners that provide much of the freight service for Amazon, better known as FSP, which also stands for something else, but in this case it stands for Full Service Provider. So these companies will handle the entire shipping process from pickup to delivery, handling all the necessary paperwork. So when they have an accident, Amazon says, we had nothing to do with it. That's a separate entity. Even though I don't know if I will want my Amazon trailers hooked up to these truckers, these small companies' outfit. I don't know if I want them. I would probably put a blank trailer on it and not put Amazon on it because it's not good for business. These are contractors, these hire for service, So these are contractors who in turn hire drivers. Amazon's not hiring them. So Amazon says we have nothing to do with them when they have bad accidents, kill people on the road, etc. If that should happen, God forbid. These small motor carriers exist as unique entities, says Sean O'Brien, with individual DOT numbers. This means that the government cannot connect the dots between the carriers to establish a pattern of unsafe behaviors across a fleet contracted by Amazon and many more other small trucking companies. So it's not only Amazon, it's a lot of other companies that he's talking about. The inability to trace unsafe behavior is critical when we know that Amazon, their FSP drivers are cited for more violations at a rate of 70% higher than the Teamsters, UPS Teamsters drivers. When you talk about the Teamsters drivers, they are trained in-house. They usually have pretty good training. And he talked about, I think, the driver shortage during that meeting. I didn't put it in here, but I think I'll go back and say something about it. So the Teamster trucking, which is not too many now. Most companies are very successful in eliminating Teamsters driving companies. But the ones who do work for a union outfit, the rate is only maybe a 12% rate of people who leave. So they don't have a retention problem. They don't have a driver shortage problem. They hire within the company in most cases, and they don't quit. So I know if you looked at other videos that I had, I worked almost 30 years for United Parcel Service. It's a job. Once you get hired, you stay. You don't quit. If you leave, it's because you probably got fired, but you don't leave that job. Most of those drivers, when they retire, and will be well off, you have a check each month, a pension check, full retirement, health and welfare, all that stuff. So we can talk about it in another video about unionization and all that. It is not that easy to do. And Sean went into that, and we'll go into that into another video. And it might not be on this channel soon, but it might be on my other channels. Trucking Steve, CDL instructor, Trucker Steve, CDL instructor on YouTube. Sorry. So, and finally, we end this video. He says the FMCSA should be directed to collect consolidated safety metrics for all companies who use contracted fleets. And oh man, I got to throw one more in here. Walmart is now a broker. So Walmart is almost doing the same thing that Amazon's doing. But there's a big difference. To drive Walmart's goods, believe me, they got to jump through a lot of hoops and make sure they are qualified to move Walmart's goods. Not the same case with Amazon. A big difference. How they handle private contractors who wants to deliver air freight and how Amazon does it. Doesn't mean they're not going to have accidents. Everybody, accidents happen. But that'll be on another video. Take care. Hopefully you'll support the channel, and I'll see you in the next run.